This is a story of bullying that may be faced by kids across the planet, and some of them may be in your neighborhood. Once upon a time in the small but bustling town of Greenridge, two very special friends lived, named Keith and Miraya. Both were well known for their strength of character, intelligence, and kindness. Keith was a resourceful boy with a quick wit, who could often be found reading a book under the old oak tree. Miraya, on the other hand, was a compassionate girl with a heart full of courage, always ready to help someone in need. One sunny afternoon, Keith and Miraya noticed something upsetting happening in their neighborhood. A group of bigger kids from a different street was acting mean to the smaller ones, calling them names and taking their toys. This was a form of bullying that Keith and Miraya hadn't encountered before in their peaceful town, and they were deeply disturbed by it. The pair discussed the situation and agreed that they needed to address this problem. Keith suggested they should first try to understand why these bigger kids were behaving so poorly. Miraya agreed and added, "We should also teach the smaller kids how to stand up for themselves." Keith and Miraya decided to start by approaching the group of bigger kids. They walked up to them and calmly said, "Hey, we've noticed you've been treating the smaller kids unfairly. Why are you doing this?" The bigger kids looked surprised. "Why do you care?" one of them retorted. "It's just a bit of fun." "But it's not fun for them," Miraya said firmly. "Would you like it if someone was mean to you?" Their words seemed to give the bigger kids pause, causing them to reconsider their actions. After a moment, one of them muttered, "I guess we didn't think about it that way." Emboldened by this response, Keith added, "Everyone deserves to be treated with kindness and respect, regardless of their size or age." Next, Keith and Miraya held a meeting with the smaller kids, teaching them how to respond when someone tried to bully them. They encouraged them to stand up for themselves and to seek help when needed, reminding them that there's strength in numbers. To ensure the safety of the neighborhood, Keith and Miraya established a buddy system, where each smaller kid was paired with an older one. The older buddies were responsible for making sure their younger counterparts felt safe and supported. This way, the power dynamics began to shift in the neighborhood, making it harder for any form of bullying to thrive. After a few weeks, the incidence of bullying significantly decreased. The bigger kids had taken Keith and Miraya's words to heart, and the smaller ones were no longer afraid to stand up for themselves. The neighborhood transformed back into the peaceful place it was before, where all the kids could play and grow together without fear. From then on, Keith and Miraya were not just known for their intelligence and kindness, but also for their courage and leadership. They had shown everyone that even something as troubling as bullying can be handled with understanding, compassion, and unity. And as for the bigger kids, they learned a valuable lesson. True fun and enjoyment come from shared experiences and kindness, not at the expense of others' happiness. And so Keith, Miraya, and all the kids of Greenridge lived happily, growing up in a neighborhood where kindness was the norm, not the exception. Their story serves as a shining example for all other neighborhoods, proving that it's never too early or too late to stand up against bullying. That is the end of the story. I hope you enjoyed the story and learned something new. Subscribe to my channel for new upcoming content.